Yo, what's good? This is Stu from Stu TV. I cover all things blockchain, metaverse, crypto, NFTs, all money making opportunities in the space. I got a special guest with me today. I'm allowing him to introduce himself to the viewers.
What up, y'all? My name is Shays, aka your boy Shays, aka Shays Gaming on Twitch. Man, you can catch me there. Here to chop it up with my man Stu. It's Web 2 versus Web 3 shit.
Yeah, for
What up,
sure.
though, homie?
Yeah, man, it's chilling, just doing good, man. Just like always on the grind, man. But yeah, definitely, we're gonna chop it up in terms of just giving perspective just from Web 2 and Web 3. I know you could say I'm kind of like a hybrid when it comes to like games. So I could play Web 3 games, but I know Web 2, they still had the monopoly as far as the player base and the playability of games. But just starting off, I just wanted to ask you, like, just for like Web 2 gamers or even Web 3 gamers, because there's different content channels. But do you have, just as like a full time streamer on Twitch, do you have any tips for like people, just starting off on Twitch? They want to like get a number of viewers or X amount of things, or like streaming consistently, just certain times you stream. Like, do you have any tips for like people starting out?
Yeah, I would say, you got to be able to take, because I know what's the hardest part for a lot of people is streaming to like one person. Or streaming to very low numbers when they want to be, you know what I'm saying, the top dog. And it's like, it's really a grind. Like you really gotta be on. You gotta be not also just streaming. Like become a part of the community. Like whatever games you like to play. Like go watch other streamers. And if you're not streaming, maybe be in their stream, lurk, whatever, or you know what I'm saying. Just watch how they do things if they're bigger than you. I say be a student of the game because like it's still new for a lot of people to sit in front of the camera and play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of it is it's not even if you're good at the game really. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't gotta worry about that as much. Like I feel like people be scared to even do it because of that. And that's another thing I would say to just do it. If you feel like doing it, just do it. Like it's not nothing to be scared of necessarily. Like and once you like for me now, at first I used to be nervous, like, oh, I'm gonna be streaming, I'm gonna turn my camera on, people gonna see me. Now I forget it's there. You know what I mean? I'll be raging at a game and be like, oh, I'm on camera, like yo, I gotta chill, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be going crazy sometimes, especially like playing sports when you're competitive. But yeah, it's just a grind like everything else. Like stay consistent, most importantly, and just you gotta be able to take those days when nobody there. If you want to see those days when it's 20, 30, 50, 100, you know what I mean? People in your stream.
Yeah. I know it's just very minimal just about streaming as far as on Twitch. I know I try to give it a shot myself personally. It's just like, oh yeah, I can come in, I can play this game every morning at like such and such o'clock. But it is like a grind to like do that because some days you don't feel like playing or X, Y, and Z. But you gotta do that. This is in terms of like uh I don't know if I'm saying the terminology correctly, but like streamers, if they see you streaming, they'll give you like I guess the rest of their stream, like viewers on their stream, and they'll dump
Raid,
it
yeah,
in
you
there.
could get raided. Like I got a
Yeah,
lot of homies who will raid me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's just like that's a community thing though. Like I'm in those people's streams when I'm not streaming. You know what I mean? They know me like I wanna say that we're not friends, but we like we're friends in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like we play the game with each other from time to time. So if I'm streaming and I get done and I got 10, 15 people sitting on my stream, I'll send them over to him. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
It's kind of like you wash my back, I wash yours type of thing.
yeah. Definitely gotta be in that community to say, cause like I know for me, I'm not as deep into it, so there's a lot of benefits to like networking and just things like that,
Yes.
like you mentioned. So it's definitely always a good thing. I mean, but I know I just wanted to just go into like my next point, just with this video. It's just with Web 2 gaming. Obviously, you got the Call of Duties, you got like the Roblox, and then you got World of Warcraft, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft. Like you got all these different type of games, and I know just people in Web3 gaming, just being a part of the guild, we want the Web2 base to come over to Web3. But what do you see as like the problems as far as how Web3 is trying to present or to entice Web2 people? It's like, oh, you can make this much money off a token, or you can go 50x that you can make, and it's just like that's not why Web2 gamers, at least if I'm getting it correct, that's not why people play games. They play it to be fun, not to make money. So
Exactly. Like I was saying, I was thinking that like when it comes down to it, I don't think anybody first time playing a game was because they was gonna make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? So with it being that type of escape from, you know what I'm saying, whether it be reality or that's where you take your break at, you know what I mean, you do your thing on the game, it's never been about money. You know what I mean? So you have to find a way that that's just something that you do passively. If it's gonna be a Web3 thing, it has to be passively and it has to be fun. You know what I mean? It got to be something that people want to do. Like I don't like. I'm not even gonna say it has to look good and have a good story. I don't think any of that matters because people play games that don't have those things now. But I don't think the money thing is gonna be the draw. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be the game is so good that I'm able to play the game and just so happens I can make money while I'm playing it too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I think that's the major discrepancy there is that people who really play games to play games don't do it for money. Content creators and streamers are making money now, but that's a thing that comes like you don't have to try to do that. Like I
hmm
don't try to make money on my Twitch. Like I get subscribers, I get bits, I get donations from a community that I built from playing the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily like I said, it wasn't all about the money. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens I can do that.
yeah. I mean, I guess I could, cause I just see that as like a big disconnect between the two to transition to three. Is just like I don't. I just think people just think oh, it's just about the money. I think should we more so geared towards like play and earn versus like play to earn? Cause that brings a totally different element. So let's say like
Mhm.
Call of Duty was paying, and let's say I don't know if you use a certain gun, then like you can maximize. I guess like when money is involved, it's gonna change the dynamic of the game, just because people are gonna find loopholes to be like not necessarily for it to be fun, but how can we pull the most money out of the game? And then it's like it kind of in a way it kind of like brings like a I don't even know how you would put it. Like it kind of brings like it kind of spoils. It's like a gasoline effect when gas gets in water. It kind of
Yeah, because they're
infiltrates.
gonna hack the system.
Yeah,
Like I said, that's what they do now. Nobody wants to play the game for 5,000 hours to actually become the greatest Call of Duty player. You know what I mean? You want to play this shit for 50 hours. What's the best setup I could have? What's this? What advantages I could have doing this? And then become known as that guy. Like I don't. They want to take the shortcut there, bro. So if you put money in it and it's something that I don't know how strict you're gonna have to be on these people who are making money, but that's gonna, make some people be like, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Or I don't care if I can't do it this way. If I can't cheat the system to do it, then I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of the attitude they have. Like when they nerf certain things in games right now, like you know how pissed communities get, like so it's like
yeah,
they gotta have to find a way, bro.
yeah. It's that was kind of like the biggest struggle that I see, and then coming in, they got like the tokenomics too, and that's a totally different conversation that you know depending on how high the token is, and then you can manipulate that, and then just like oh let's just accumulate a lot of this token. I guess like people, I guess from my opinion, I think people are gonna have to be cool with in terms of there's just gonna be different there's gonna be different models. I think the best game that kind of represents this, in my opinion, is Roblox, just because there are arenas where people could create their own games, and then for the people that don't really care about the business side, they can just go in and have fun and enjoy these experiences that people have created. So it kind of appeals from both sides. I feel like games are gonna have to follow that model, but also do it better in the sense with like different shooter games. So like if for example, if Call of Duty allowed, people to create their own games, then people could charge like, Call of Duty token for like an entrance and stuff like that.
Making
So
a map or something like that.
yeah, just allow people to like
Mm.
allow people to bring their talents to the game and be able to monetize it, because you're always gonna have that business element. I just think you gotta figure out a way on how to blend the two worlds together for the people that want to do business, and then the people that just want to play. How can you have that shit like work together? I think that would be like a big. I think that would be a big step, just figuring out. I think Roblox does it the best in my opinion. Like, but I don't know.
Um, I agree with you. Like Roblox and what's the other one? Like Minecraft. They have like whole cities and systems and ecosystems in there using that stuff. Um, I don't know how a Call of Duty could try doing it like through Battle Pass, because there's
Yeah.
ways to earn the in-game currency. And I just see it like if you're earning the in-game currency, which I can buy, why shouldn't I be able to sell or do something, you know what I mean, monetarily with that coin that I earn besides just buy a skin, or you know what I'm saying, or weapon skin or something like that? Why shouldn't I be able to cash out that? Like, say I save up my battle pass coins for 10 seasons, why can't I cash that out? You know what I mean? I paid for the battle pass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You pay for that, but that's like you buying coins. You buy the coins to get the battle pass. So what if I was buying them and then earning them, stacking them, and then over time, and then I said, yo, maybe they say you can't cash out for 10 seasons or something like that. Can't cash out every season. I don't know. That's just like ideas I try to play with in my head about that, but I don't even know if you could do that like using a crypto, because that's just the in game money.
Yeah, I mean, crypto and the blockchain would just allow for the transactions and everything to be transparent just within the gaming ecosystem, because it kind of smooths out the process with the technologies. Then you, like you can also scale that. They could do that in a way just within their own platform. I just think, just with the current state of like Web 2, I just think players don't really demand that, so they're not necessarily gonna do that. Like they're not gonna share a pie. Even if Call of Duty like share like 15% of their yearly earnings and put it into a pot or a pool, and
Mm.
then I don't know, maybe they had something just on a very basic model. Maybe if they had something to where everybody, put up $1, and let's say it was just a tournament base, or like, in terms of they putting up money. If you jump out the plane, we all put up $1. There's like over like 150 people that's in this game. So this is how much, and then they can kind of base it on tiers. It's like who makes this much money, that much money. So at least you can start little effects that'll
Mm.
bridge the gap with just money coming into like Web 2
That
to
would be
Web 3.
crazy.
But I don't know. It's hard to say, man. It's
Yeah, it's difficult. It's definitely a task ahead for whoever can figure that out. But I think if you figure that out, I mean, everybody knows this is huge. That's a huge community, the gaming community, the whole gaming community to shift like that into that world would be crazy. So it's like whoever can figure it out, like,
yeah. And even with Play to Earn is just so new, and it's still going through its phases. So between like where we're at right now and then what it'd be like 5 years from now. 5 years from now, it could be a totally different story. A lot of these things that are kind of up in the air to interpretation will be figured out. the tokenomics is smoothed out. As far as it's not just an inflatable coin that eventually will become worthless just because people just jump on the Ponzi scheme and just like, oh, if I just buy more and accumulate, then I'll just dominate a lot of this stuff. So let's say like fast forward, I think just from kids, I got a nephew, niece and nephew, and things like that. And when Play to Earn becomes more popular, like I plan on utilizing my nephew as like my video game tester, or somebody that could play games for me, and I'll split a percentage because one, I don't have the patience to be at the computer like as long as he do. He only 7, so like he love playing games. He can do this all
You
day
got
long.
time. And like I
Yeah.
got time today.
So like what you say just for people that well just parents they hear about Play to Earn and just like, oh well, I'm really not going to pay attention to that, but you can have like a millionaire asset just walking around your house at like 10, 11, 12 years old that can find the gateway, because then this ain't work for them. They'll know the top games to play, and the Play to Earn space, like once all that's smoothed out, that's a massive opportunity for like parents to like get in on these games and make passive income.
I saw, I don't want to, I forgot the guy's name. I'm not trying to steal his quote, but what he was basically saying was, yo, it's coming to the point where, you know how kids, like my son is in basketball, he does, you know what I mean, his little sports thing and shit. But he's like, it's come to the point where you're going to have kids who are so good at some of these games, but you're going to have them, like, in practice on Fortnite Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, here, you gotta go here and you gotta get wins like grinding out and like training on the video games because now, like you said, at 8 years old, he's a $1 million asset
Yeah.
walking around the house because of his skill at this game. Why not push them towards that talent? You know what I'm saying? Why take that like, oh no, but you're not supposed to do this because there's such a stigma that comes with gaming as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's like a stigma, and then it's just I think just like one of the good examples of that is just like a lot of games they have opportunities to like stake characters, so you can stake them, basically just loan them out and rent them. So then let's say the kid, my nephew, he's playing this game, and then he's accumulating all this token. I could go to the marketplace. I'm like, let me go buy some characters. I could just stake them all, so I can make passive income. I could split that passive income that I make off my characters. I could give him 50%, so he could do what he want. I could take that 50% and then do what I want with it. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of potentials.
Just have an account for Neff set up and just be dumping money in that joint. He won't even know.
Yeah, I think Play to Earn is something that parents, and just as like I mentioned before, like I got a nephew, it's something that should be taken more seriously just because it's a massive opportunity. Just because like kids are gonna automatically be coming across these popular games, because like kids are not gonna play games that are trash. They just not. They're gonna play games that are popular that their friends like. So automatically you're gonna be in those fields. But I'm just implying as Play to Earn, like let's say all variables were perfect and like Play to Earn was actually at the forefront, it was mainstream. So
Once it becomes that thing, it's gonna be hard to catch that train later.
yeah, it'll definitely be hard, man. But like, what's your like future like predictions when it comes to like Play to Earn? Like, where do you see like in this perfect world? Because I know I have my perfect scenario, but in this perfect world, where do you see Play to Earn like at as far as for you?
In the future, I think everything eventually is gonna. That shit is like this whole crypto wave is just not taking over everything yet, but I believe it's gonna integrate everything. So I see it definitely being something that happens. In what form? Like you mentioned that play and earn. I heard about that before. I heard it a couple times before, and I like that more than the other way to do it because, like I said, it's more of a thing where you're just doing like I said, I think that's the winner right there because people just want to play a good game and have fun playing it. You know what I mean? Making the money is a bonus, but you know most people who play games got jobs. I feel like and shit like that, so they're making money. But just making it passively, and then if it becomes a significant amount, when you're like, oh wait, hold up, I can pay my rent with the game money. What if I put an extra couple hours in on this? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I think play and earn is gonna be the winner at the end that is gonna help people transition into that space and get
Yeah.
more familiar with.
I guess like this is like my last like question. I'll definitely let you get the last word. In terms of like what do you see as like the timetable for this to, come into play? Just from like your opinion. Do you see this, happening, 2 years from now, 3, 4, 5 years? Do you think it's gonna take 7, 8 years? Like how long do you think it's gonna take
Mm,
crypto to get or or at least like there's gonna have to be a form of crypto like adopted into this model. I think if they would allow, transactions to where people could buy, with credit card. I know they're already seeing that on certain marketplaces with NFTs. That would kind of open up because not everybody wants to create a wallet and do all that type of stuff. Like some people just want to transition with credit card. So crypto is going to play a factor in the play to earn. How long do you see till like crypto is kind of like accepted on a very basic level? Because right now, like people don't like crypto, man.
yeah, I think that people was having this effect, but to my understanding, this is what happened a few years ago, right before the last bull run. I think the next bull run is gonna bring a lot more people into this space because people already feel like they missed this one, and it's things are down right now, so people are like, oh, I don't, whatever, you know what I mean? So everybody's upset, whatever. But when things go back up and everything's moving, it's gonna be the next push for all of this crypto integration into, like you said, people using credit cards to just buy the NFT straight up like that, and just making it way more user friendly for people first time coming on board into doing things. And video games is definitely a gateway for one of them.
Yeah,
Time. You said time. I said, so you're talking about the next bull run? Who knows? So you're talking next 3 to 5. Mm-hmm. Just to see the start of a big integration. I don't know the full when it'll be like everything, maybe 10 years. You know what I mean? But definitely the next 3 to 5 years, I see a big crypto gaming boom coming up.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. I think uh I know you mentioned it earlier in the video, but you can say it again. Where can people find you if they want to connect,
Um,
watch your streams, that type of thing?
Twitch.tv/Shays Gaming. And or follow me on Twitter at your boy Shays. Uh, Shays Gaming on Instagram. Yeah, man, holla at me. I'm out here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll drop all those links below in the description below this video. And just make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. Once again, I'm Stu from Stu TV. I cover all things blockchain, metaverse, crypto, NFTs. I want to make opportunities in the space. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.